Hello and welcome to Powwow Nation Live. I'm Paul G. Thank you so much for being here. Today we're going to talk about the most common questions we get at PowWows.com. I love starting the year with this and do this update periodically. So we're going to talk about some of those questions I get asked all the time. Are powwows open to the public? Is there a powwow in your state? How do you find them? And some of the etiquette questions and some of the other things. We're going to get all into that in just a minute. But I do have a few announcements. First, we normally do the show. We've been doing the show for years, Thursday nights at 9 o'clock. Today, and over the next few weeks, I'm going to experiment with some different times. And just to see, because we've done it for so long at the same time, we're just going to see what happens. We're going to experiment with some different things. So if you're watching and you like this time, let me know. If there's a better time for you, let me know that too. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. And of course, always post in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from. I'd love to see where everybody's from, spread out all over Indian country and around the world. So thank you for that. Okay, other announcements. The other reason I'm doing this at a different time is that here tomorrow morning we are packing up and moving my daughter to Florida. So excited for her. She's starting her job at the Disney College program. She will be working at Walt Disney World for the next 8 months. Super excited for her. It's a dream job of hers. She's been wanting to get into this program for as long as she can remember. So excited for her. So we're getting up really early to start that drive down. So tonight I'll be packing up and getting everything ready. So I didn't want to do the show tonight. So thanks for experimenting with me at a different time today. Think about us. We got a lot going on here in the next few days. Let's see. Now, don't forget, we do have a giveaway going on right now. We are giving away an 8th generation blanket, celebrating our 1 million followers on Facebook. Thank you all for that. You can find it over here at PowWows.com/win. Enter daily for even more chances. All you have to do is scroll down to where you see the entry form. Right here, you can see the prizes. We're giving away an 8th generation blanket, 5 t-shirts, 5 hoodies, and 20 sets of stickers. So there you go. And so all you have to do is put your email address in here and hit enter. That you're entered into the contest. You're in. That's all you got to do. Now, if you want extra entries and throw your name in even more, you can complete these tasks and get your name in the hat even more times. Some of these you're allowed to do daily, so check them out. Get your entries in. Don't miss your opportunity to win that 8th generation blanket. I see some folks tuning in. Lawrence, welcome from England. You're from England? Awesome. Trish, appreciate you being here. Thank you all. Okay, let's see other announcements. We will be streaming Dakota Nation Winterfest coming up in a couple of weeks. We'll be streaming that live, and that takes, let me flip over here, you can see. So here's our full schedule of live powwows. We did Pechanga last weekend. Dakota Nation Winterfest will take place January 25th through the 29th. Don't miss that one. It's going to be a great one. I think it's 28th. I need to correct that. So that's our next one. And then, of course, we got in February, Seminole Tribal Fair, the Hoop Dance Championships, and Prairie Island. Just a few things coming up. Lots of good chances to watch powwows live. All right, I think that's all the announcements. Again, keep posting in the comments. I'd love to hear where you're from. So let's get to today's topic. We get asked all the time some really common questions, some questions that kind of recur over and over again at PowWows.com. So I want to take a few minutes and answer the most popular questions that we get sent in to us. And really the number one question we get asked, probably there's two that get asked the most. And we'll talk about the first one, and that is, are powwows open to the public? Yes. It's just a resounding yes. They are, and they are open to the public. You can come be a spectator. You can, watch the dancing, hear the singing, shop, try some of the food, and do all of the things that you could, that are there as a spectator to do. Some powwows do charge an admission price. Some are open and free access. You just check our powwow calendar at PowWows.com, calendar.PowWows.com. And you'll be able to see that on their flyers and the information we have posted on our calendar. But yes, they are open to the public. They want you to come attend. They want you to come and see this, especially come and shop, participate, buy some things. If you see maybe there's a raffle going on or they're raising money for the powwow, hey, participate in that. They really appreciate that. That's kind of why they want the crowd there, is to help them continue to support that powwow and to keep it going year after year. Number two question, and kind of this in the same token, and we get asked, probably these are interchangeable, we get asked so many times. And that is there a powwow near me? And again, that's a resounding yes. If you live anywhere in North America, there's a powwow somewhere near you. There are powwows in all 50 states and almost every Canadian province. So there's one close to you somewhere. If you go to PowWows.com, and for those watching, I'm flipping over to a page here that we have, and all you have to do is Google powwows in your state name, and it'll take you to a place on PowWows.com that we have this. But we do have a page on PowWows.com that lists links to every single state so that you can quickly find all the powwows in your state. So for example, let's just randomly click on Minnesota. I'll just pick one. And if we scroll down here, you can see that coming up, the 13 Moons Powwow is coming up January 12th. The American Indian Cultural Round Dance is coming up, was held back in November 19th. Then we've got, back in September, there was also the Homecoming in Minnesota. September, there was several. So while you're looking at the powwow, especially early on in the year, remember that the powwows are probably, we're waiting on powwows to send us their new information. Most powwows happen at the same time each year in the same weekend. So you can kind of guess when you look at our powwow when it's going to happen in 2024. We don't change over the information to 2024 until we get confirmation from the powwow, whether they send us a flyer or they email us their information. We don't switch all that over until we get confirmation so that we know what the new dates are. We're encouraging all the powwows to send us their information as soon as possible, but you will, when you go to the calendar, you will see some old 2023 powwows out there. That's just a reference so that you'll kind of know what's coming up. I hope that helps. I see Susan mentioned in the comments, yes, the search feature, we do allow people to, you can search by year, you can change that. So that's kind of why we do that. Debbie, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate that. Mike, hey, how was it going? Domingo says fry bread is a must. Yes, if you're heading to a powwow and you want to make sure you try some of the food, try some of those things that you're not going to get anywhere else. A trip we did back in November, we got to go out to the Choctaw Cultural Center, and their cafe there at their museum served authentic Choctaw food. And that was so incredible. We don't get that, you have to go kind of where that food is made to try those kind of things. Super great. Loved being able to do that. It's a very unique opportunity. So don't miss out on things like that. So yes, the powwows are open to the public. You can attend. And yes, there is a powwow somewhere near you. There's going to be one. So here's a question we get asked a lot. And this one it's not as difficult to answer, but there are nuances to it. And that is, a lot of people are concerned if they go to a powwow or if they're shopping online. We have our Shop Native directory, PowWows.com/Shop Native, and we highlight lots of people making some really incredible products, earrings and necklaces and blankets. And so we do get asked, can we buy earrings or necklaces or things from these Native American vendors, and is it appropriate for us to wear? So here's what I'll tell you. And when we went and visited 8th Generation, this is one of the things we talked to them about too. And they want to make sure like all of their blankets, all of their jewelry that they're making is for anybody to wear. What they told us, and what I want to pass on to you, is if you are shopping at somebody like 8th Generation, the reason they're making those things is to help support Native artists. So yes, they want you to buy it and wear it. If you see a pair of earrings at the powwow, yes, they want you to buy it and wear it. You are helping support a Native artist. And of course, there are nuances to that. You don't want to say that, you're wearing a Navajo a Navajo necklace and that makes you part Navajo. There is a nuance there where you're crossing the line. But if you are seeing something being sold at a powwow, most of the stuff there, they want people to buy and wear. You are helping support those Native artists. So, and if you have a question at a powwow and you're wondering, ask them. Ask them, is this appropriate for me to wear? Is this okay? But 90% of the time, yes. I mean, there are some powwow vendors that are selling things geared toward the powwow dancers, and those aren't really appropriate unless you are a powwow dancer. But generally, yes, the things you're seeing sold at those vendor booths are meant for everybody. Please buy them. You help support those people. That's really important. All right. Next question. This one, I want to kind of wrap a lot of questions into one. We get asked things like, hey, can you bring a powwow to our school? Or, hey, my town has this really amazing park or piece of property, and we'd love for you to bring a powwow there. So, one of the things you have to keep in mind if you're kind of new to the powwow world and maybe you don't understand it is that each individual powwow is its own entity. These aren't like the rodeos that kind of have a circuit or like I do a lot of disc golf, and disc golf has a season, and the tournaments travel around, and it's kind of the disc golf pro tour that runs all of these things. Powwows aren't like that. Each powwow is run by an independent committee. Sometimes it's from that tribe, or it may be a group of people who got together for that powwow to kind of organize and run it. There are a few production companies that maybe run one or two powwows. You know, they maybe have a group of events they do, but each one of these powwows is its own event. So there isn't a way for us to, you know, we're not in control of the powwows. We are just the place that lists the powwows on the calendar. So there's not a way for us to go just include your city on the tour, because there isn't really a tour. And I know that's a little different if you're outside the powwow world, but that's kind of how it is. And the same token, there are people in the powwow world or want to get into it. Maybe you want to be a vendor. And so we get this part of the same questions we get asked is, hey, I want to be a vendor. How can I be a vendor at all the powwows? Well, unfortunately, it's a little more difficult than just applying one time. Each powwow is going to have their own application process to be a vendor. So you're going to have to call them or find where their form is online and submit your vendor application for each powwow. I know that's a little bit of a pain if you're trying to break in and you want to start selling things, but that's the way it works. And after you've done it for a few months, you know who to contact and you'll be okay. But yes, it is a little different than that. Okay. Next question. How can you, as a non-native person or a person who may be part native or you have a little bit of ancestry, how can you get involved in powwows? You want to help, and you want to be, you know, part of it. So I like to tell people all the time, if you want to be involved in powwows, again, these powwows are organized by individual groups, and they are all, you know, working to put on these events. Go find the powwows in your local area, attend them, talk to the people organizing, and see what volunteer opportunities there are. I guarantee you that most of these powwows are going to be open for you to go and volunteer and help. Powwows are always struggling to get more people to help. So, you know, it may be that you need to help set up chairs or staff a food booth or help sell tickets or whatever it is. There are lots of opportunities. So that's the first thing I would do is go find the local powwows in your area, go get involved with them, ask what you can do to help. You really want to, you know, you want to be a part of it and you want to help. It's a great chance you'll make some great friends, and it's really cool to actually, you know, kind of help put on these events. Some of these events take days ahead of time to set up, and maybe you can be part of that crew or be part of the crew that breaks it down afterwards. There are lots of volunteer opportunities. Now, the other part of that question is, and we get asked all the time, is, you know, if you want to become a powwow dancer. Again, that's another question that's a little more complicated, but I will tell you, if that's something that you want to do, again, go to these local powwows and talk to the people there. Go find the people in your tribe that are dancers and talk to them. Maybe your family didn't grow up powwowing and you want to do that. Talk to some people at your local powwows. Talk to people in your tribe. Find the people that are dancing the style that you're interested in and go talk to them, you know, and they'll help you down that road. That's the best thing to do. Okay, so that was a lot of talking. Let me look at some of the comments and questions here. I appreciate that. Is this a Q&A just about powwows? So if you have a question, shoot it in here. What I'm doing today is just answering some of the most common questions that I get asked on PowWows.com. Most of these are powwow related. So yeah, that's what we're going to talk about. Let's see. Tony is from Kansas City, Missouri. Awesome, close to Haskell. Haskell puts on a great powwow. Tony, I highly recommend you check that one out if you haven't. Domingo says he loves the powwow and really helps heal him. And hey, the powwow songs, I tell people, just go and sit and listen to the powwow songs. You just listen to that drum. It is amazing. some of those songs are hundreds of years old and have a lot of power. It's just good just to go and hear them. Manitoba Winnipeg says, come to Lake St. Martin First Nations powwow. We go to Manitowoc a lot, and I've been going up there for years. I've missed the last couple, but Manitoba has some great powwows, including Manitowoc and several others. So yes, go check those out. That's awesome. Thanks for being here. Mercy, thank you for being here. I appreciate that. So again, some of the questions, I'll just go over them briefly. Are powwows open to the public? Yes. Are there powwows near you? Yes, there are powwows everywhere. And if you're looking to find a powwow near you, let me show you. That is so easy to do. Where did somebody say they're from? Let me just look in the comments here. We've got, somebody from Manitoba. So let's just Google powwows in Manitoba. Just type that into Google and look here. It's going to take you, well, those Google results weren't good. It's going to take you to Manitowoc, but it also will take you to this page here where we list all the powwows by state. But you can also do this. You can just type in PowWows.com/Manitoba. If I can spell that, Manitoba. Did I spell that right? It's so hard typing on command while people are watching. Okay, but yeah, as you see, this takes you to a page on PowWows.com that's just about Manitoba powwows. Look, here's Manitowoc, Dakota Nation. Here's another one held in Grand Rapids, Manitoba. Long Plains powwow. The Ada Wilson Gray Cloud Woman powwow. So look, there's tons of them right here in Manitoba. You can do the same thing for powwows in the States. So PowWows.com/California will take you right to our page all about California. And there are a ton in the California area. Some great ones down there. We just streamed Pechanga, last weekend? So yeah, lots of good powwows, and that's how you can find them. Just type into Google powwows in your state, and it will pop you right to PowWows.com where we have all of that listed. Well, thanks for being here, guys. I really appreciate your time and watching today. Short show, but that's kind of what I wanted to do, is make sure that you all knew some of the answers to these common questions. Whether you're new to powwows and hoping to go to your first one in powwow in 2024, or maybe you haven't been in a while, that's kind of what we want to do. We have more resources over here at PowWows.com/powwow101. This will help you learn all about what to expect at your first powwow. If you're new again, or if you're just looking to get back to powwows, I highly recommend going and checking this out. It is a great resource. And again, here is where you can find powwows near you. PowWows.com/powwows near me. That will take you to a place and let you sign up for an email address, and we will be able to send you powwows right to your inbox. Thank you all again for your support. We want to say a special thank you to our Powwow Nation supporters. These are the folks in our Patreon that are making a contribution each month to really help PowWows.com grow. In 2024, we are hoping to really expand what we're doing with our live stream by getting some new equipment. At the end of last year, we did get a new server that we are able to travel with, and this year we're upgrading our cameras. And so we're looking to do more of that, and we'd appreciate you coming on over to PowWowNation.com and finding out more about that. Devin said, hey, Devin, what's up? I haven't seen you online in a while. Thank you so much for being here. Devin is going to Gathering of Nations, another good one. It's a don't miss powwow. Patricia says, just caught the end of the live broadcast, but I think it's amazing. Thank you so much. Well, I'm glad you're watching from Kansas. And you have a question, are there going to be more broadcasted like this, a powwow? Yes. So if you go to PowWows.com, let me flip back over here, Patricia. Go to PowWows.com and you can just go to, we have a menu item here that says Watch Live. If you go here, it will show you all of the live streams. These are the ones we have planned. We got more that we are working with. Last year, we streamed 25 events around North America. This year, I hope we can do at least that many, which just depends on our schedule and our traveling. But yes, we do have lots of powwows coming up that you can watch live. We stream them live to Facebook, YouTube, and you can watch them all there. And of course, they are all archived there. So if you missed one and you really want to go see it, just head on over to one of those channels and you can catch our old streams as well. Thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate your support and you watching. If you like today, if you like this time, let me know, and maybe I'll keep doing it this time. We'll try a couple of different time slots over the next month just to see where people are. But I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I'm off to Florida. wish me luck. This move seems harder, seems more permanent, but I'm excited for her new adventure, and we'll just have to go down and see her more often. But thank you all. I hope you are able to make it to a powwow in 2024, and I hope to see you there. Thanks.